Welcome to Season 3 of Sailing Sitka. I'm Kenna and this is Jay. We live aboard our 1976 Choi Lee sailboat named Sitka, in which we have sailed south from Canada in 2022 to the very last port of Mexico. This season, we are finally exiting Mexico and taking our boat further through the Panama Canal and into the beautiful Central American waters. So hit that subscribe button and follow along, as this season we are sailing as far and wide as possible.
You guys you make this happen, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Sailing Sitka, and I hope you enjoy. Welcome back to a new episode of Sailing Sitka. In this episode, we are sailing to Bahia Balena, which is 125 nautical miles south here in Costa Rica. So finally, we are leaving, and we are going to be exploring more of this beautiful country. So come along with us and subscribe and do all the things. We appreciate you, we love you, and enjoy this episode of Sailing Sitka.
What happened?
Nothing crazy, but just that I was doing my checks and I noticed that this nut here that attaches the bracket for the gooseneck to the actual thing that spins on the mast was getting loose, so I tightened it down. It's a nylock, so it shouldn't get, they still get loose. They get loose more when we're motoring actually, or luffing. When you're sailing and there's wind under the sail, nothing really gets loose. It's always when you're luffing or motoring. But anyways, got that tight, and then put a very extra large safety pin there, a split pin. I'm gonna go bend it over. Also, I got a cord here. Getting out of here.
Sorry, I almost fell.
Leaving this protected anchorage, Canada something here in Cocos Beach area in Costa Rica, and now we're heading about 125 miles south to Balendra. I think it's Balandra.
It's Balena.
Balena, oh yeah, Balena, that's right. It means whale in Spanish. So all these anchorages from here to there, they all face west, so they're all like this. And then the one we're going to, Balena, faces south. So we're hoping that because the waves predominantly right now are coming from this direction, and since all the anchorage face this way, it'd be horrible. But since this one's facing this way and we have to go around, we're hoping that this windward side of the peninsula protects us from swell in the anchorage. So that's our hope. And yeah, 125 mile journey to there, so it should take, at 5 knots it would take 25 hours. But right now we're not even going 5 knots, and there's supposed to be wind, so hopefully we get some sail. So as long as we get there the following day in the daytime, I'm happy with that. After that, we'll have a 55 mile, we'll be there for a few days, and then we should have a 55 mile sail, so a day sail, like 12-hour sail, to Capos, which is like a fancy sport fishing marina, but next to it there's an anchorage that seems to be quite protected, and we've heard good things about it. And then you can take a bus to a national park, so we want to go do that. And then once we leave from there, then we'll have a 125 mile sail or 130 mile sail south to Golfito, which is basically the last port for Costa Rica, to the south end of Costa Rica, and that's where we're going to go in. And it seems really protected there. There's a marina, but it's a gulf, so you go into a narrow entrance and then you're in this wide expanse that's protected from the outside swell. So that's going to be lovely, and that's where we're going to do our checkout paperwork. And that's also where we're going to contact our agent once again for the Panama Canal and let him know, hey, like, now we're planning on checking out of Costa Rica in 1 or 2 days here, and we're planning on arriving in Panama City on whatever date. We're gonna have to look at the weather and so forth, but that's what we're going to be doing once we get to Golfito, and making sure we're all topped off on gas, diesel, water, and food, because in Panama you can't really check in anywhere until you get to Panama City. Anyways, that's what we've been told by all the cruisers we've met that've done it so far. They said don't bother, or there's nowhere to really check in. So from Costa Rica all the way down to Panama City, which is a fair distance, like several hundred miles, there's nowhere to check in. So that's what it is. That's what it is.
It's a pretty surreal feeling listening to Jay talk about our very near future cruising destinations. So far this season, we have sailed from Mexico to Costa Rica, which in itself is an amazing accomplishment. But the fact that we are only a few anchorages away from entering Panama with our own sailboat leaves me feeling both excited and anxious. We've been making plans and chatting about this for so long, and now, right before my eyes, we are successfully doing it. Talking about your dreams is one thing, but actually grabbing a hold of them is a whole other, a high that's indescribable. A peaking feeling that we have worked day in and out to achieve. What a beautiful and rare experience to be able to live this kind of lifestyle at such a young age. So many people wait until retirement to live out their dreams, but that is something not everyone is guaranteed, and at the end of the day, tomorrow is never promised. So in the words of my mom, live big, because what else are you going to do with this one life that you have to live?
Ready? Yeah.
Starting to sail.
The engine's in neutral right now. We're going fast though, so it's good. And now we're making our course. We'll go even more beam reach once we round this headland here. Well, there's this island here to our port side, but then we still have to go further to round this headland here. But this is good. Okay, so turn the charging off down there, hun. And then we'll bring it. And then you'll bring me the wind vane too.
Wind vane?
Yeah, wind vane. Well, first let's turn the engine off.
Okay. Oh my god! Oh shit! Ah! The water! Engine is off. We are officially sailing, but we are in a little bit of a squall here. We're just putting the hydro vane up. Able to steer better here.
All right, now we're sailing. Full sails, full Jenny, so 130% Genoa, full main. No mizzen because we're using the hydro vane and that interferes with it. But yeah, last time I checked we were going 5 knots, so that's good. Happy with that. That island's starting to be more bright there. With that squall, we couldn't even see it a few minutes ago. And yeah, looks like we're gonna have more rain. I'm not gonna bother changing out. Never thought I'd get cold in Costa Rica, but here I am. Could cut glass with my nipples right now. It's pretty cold. Kenna retired to down below decks right now. She's in her cabin, getting warm and chilling out. Of course, when the squall hit, everything went berserk down below there. Should have had that water bin tied up more tightly because it went for a little dip. So anyways, now it's good. And we're just gonna keep an eye on things. If the wind blows up too high, we're gonna have to reef the Jenny, which is pretty easy. It's on a furler, so I'll just bring it in. And we have a winch just for it. So, because I got myself caught without one when I first got the Genoa, and it's so big and heavy duty that like there's no way we could bring it in by hand. We needed a winch, so now there's a dedicated winch just for that, so it makes life a lot easier when we need to. Yeah, got about 100 miles to go, so hopefully be there tomorrow in the daytime at some time. Holy shit, boy.
You got it?
Oh yeah, I'm not slow. There you go, there you go. Daddy!
Got a mighty, baby!
What is it? Oh, it's a mahi.
Good size mahi.
Holy shit.
Okay. And they go hand me the gas.
It's like absolutely not.
He's a big boy.
Picture. If we can get him on. Never had one fight like this.
Is it in your skin?
No, I'm good.
Holy shit. He did not want that. Never had one fight like that.
No, he was fighting hard.
Any words?
Fuck is the word right now. Okay, right now we are literally sailing between 8.5 and 9.5 knots. 10 knots right now. This is freaking insane. And like we got a reef Genoa and a full main, and we're like going broad reach. We're a bit off course, but at this speed we don't really care. Keeps us a bit further offshore, which is good. We're just riding all these squall lines basically, but we're having the hand steer because yeah. But with this speed, that's great. And then in about 22 miles here, we'll be turning more to port, and then we might be able to go wing on wing. We'll see if the wind stays consistent. We'll put the pole out in about 2 hours from now, just before it gets dark. Wish us luck. All right, guys. Well, it's just about 4 o'clock here. It's Kenna's watch coming up, and just had to go on deck to put a reef in the main. There's 2 reefs in the Jenny right now, and we're still probably going 9 knots. Right now we're going what, 180? Yeah. Between 180 and 190. And we're trying to go 160. So we're gonna do a course change here. Probably gonna put the Jenny away for a second. We'll change course, put the main on the other side, and then see how we're doing, and then we'll figure out what we want to do with the sail plan for the rest of the evening. Because we'll be on that next course for the foreseeable future here. She got sporty here. At least it's downwind. We'll take it. It's a lot better than sporty upwind. But the waves are still kind of coming like on our beam. But once we turn, they should be on our. They should be down with us actually. Well, now we are to a single reef mainsail, no Genoa, still going over 8. And Kenna's hand steering. Just took over Nick. Nick did a great job. Now it's Kenna's on the steering, and the seas are pretty big, as you can tell.
Seven nine. 7 8 9 2 8 7 7 5 7 8 9.
Should call you Marissa right now, but at least we're getting shots.
Should be proud.
That's how you give your parents anxiety too right now. This is it.
Yeah.
All right, so give me a second, guys. I'll be right with you. So this is for the people who are thinking about doing this. This is not to discourage you from doing this, but this is just reality of the thing right now. So right now it's just starting to calm down a bit, but it's so rough that none of us are going down to cook. Like we're like getting like beaten down with waves. We just changed course right now, so we're now on a port tack instead of a starboard tack, and we're deep on a deep broad reach, almost downwind, going between 115 and 120. And it's Kenna's watch, but she's like incapacitated right now, eating a carrot. Actually, we're all eating carrots.
What's that?
Yeah, so like sometimes it's just too crazy to be eating anything. So like snack foods are important. So we got a bag of chips here, we got some water, life jackets. Kenneth's clipped in, Nick's clipped in. I'm not clipped in, but it's calmed down quite a bit right now. It's way better on this stack. The waves are more on our stern right now, so that's good. We're gonna see where this goes in an hour. It's about to get dark here. Anyways, very nice. All right, we are now sailing with Wilfred. The hydrovane is steering finally. We are going downwind, almost straight downwind, but not quite. With the mains up with a reef in, and the Genoa is up with 2 reefs in. We might put a bit more Genoa out, but if you look at the top there, that's where the wind's coming from. So basically on our between downwind and our port quarter, and that's keeping us on course, so that's good.
We got stars.
We got stars. We also got clouds coming, but
cars up there.
I don't think you'll be able to see that on camera, but yeah, sea state's calmed down. We're now going with it, which is quite nice. Having some chips after our carrots. And yeah, hopefully it's a calm night because we had our dose of excitement for today, I think. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see this, but we now have under 2 knots of apparent wind, like 3 knots maybe. So now we're just tossing. There's still current, so we're still moving, but the sails are gonna destroy themselves. So I'm gonna put the main down and sadly turn the engine on because the luffing has gotten the best of me now. As you can tell, it sounds pretty bad. Alright, well I guess threatening to turn the engine on did it. A little bit more wind came our way. I now put the full Jenny out, so it's helping a little bit. Now the full Jenny's out. Still luffing a bit, but we're making like 6.5 knots, so it's kind of hard to turn the engine on when you're making those speeds. But if it keeps luffing, I will, because the price of diesel is still cheaper than destroying our sails. The only reason we're going this fast is we have like probably a knot and a half current with us right now. And like I said earlier, we had like 2 or 3 knots, but we're still making 5. So because we're going downwind, you'll add that to that 2 or 3 knots. So there's like 8 knots of wind right now, true wind. Apparent, because we're going downwind, we're only feeling 2 or 3 knots. But it picks up, like right now it's probably like 4, and we're going 6. So there's probably 10 knots of wind right now, which is good. It's just like sometimes it's just not enough to overcompensate for the swell. Like right now, that was a decent sized wave. So like, you see, you hear all this luffing? That's what happens. Anyways, we'll keep an eye on her. Alright guys, we have just made our turn around the point. We are now sailing at beam reach at 7 knots. And look at that lighthouse here. I don't know if you'll see it, but whoop, there it is. And there it is. Lighthouses are pretty rad. I've been seeing this lighthouse for like the last 6 hours. Like that's how bright it is, which is super nice. And so we came down from this way over there, and now we just made our turn, and now we're heading like 3-0. So we're heading in there.
Coming in at first light.
Yeah, literally couldn't have timed that more perfectly. We made insanely good speed. I was thinking we were gonna get in here around 11 or noon, and it's like 5:07 a.m. right now. And it's good because I haven't slept for 1 second yet, so I can't wait to go to bed. Yeah.
You did good, Captain.
Yeah. Captain's looking forward to sleeping and eating. All I had was a carrot and a couple chips.
All we all had was a carrot.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Oh, the memories you make.
Oh, the memories you make.
Just like that, as each minute passed by, the sun rose higher and lit our path towards the new anchorage that Sitka will call home for the next few days. As it got gradually more light out, we could see the beauty that surrounded us in our new spot. You see, this is one of my favorite feelings, sailing into a new anchorage and the sense of awe that comes over your body when you glance at the new lands before you. It also feels extra sweet when you go through the rough and challenging times to get to the good ones. Makes you appreciate the journey on top of the destination. Good morning, everyone. We are anchored. It is about 9 o'clock right now, so we had a little nap right when we dropped the hook. And I'm walking outside because I want to show you how beautiful it is here. And also, how sunny it is. No rain. We have the solar panel out for our Blue Eddy station. Shout out Blue Eddy, we love you. And Jay just told me that we're in absorption and the batteries are full. Oh, nothing like waking up in a brand new anchorage that's beautiful and you're getting everything charged up. Feels good. Now that the sun is out though, it is warm, which I'm not complaining about. It feels really good. Yeah, this is Bahia Balena, the north anchorage. So supposedly on that beach, which it looks super desolate, but I guess there's a restaurant that we'll be able to go check out. And I guess it's filled with just lots of wildlife, like howler monkeys and sloths and a bunch of birds. So we're really excited. We'll land the dinghy over there and explore soon. And exploring is exactly what we had planned, because the longer we got accustomed to our new anchorage, the more we understood just how picture perfect it really was. You know when you first start dreaming of sailing to exotic places, and you have this postcard picturesque view dialed into your mind? Well, for us, up until this point, was Bahia Balena here in Costa Rica. We are so excited to show you the beauty this place has in store for us, but that's all next Sunday on Sailing Sitka. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Sailing Sitka. Stick around for more to come. If you enjoyed, please spread the love and let us know. Special thank you to our Patreon members for making these videos possible, as well as helping our dreams come true. See you all next week.